There we go. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the Awesemo.com Live Before Lock show, where we're so into debating various DFS points right before starting the stream that we start a little late, because that's how passionate we are about the business. I'm Chris Baggs, joined by the Chubster himself, Mr. Josh Engelman. How are you doing, Josh?
Oh, man. Not great. I got worked over here on this early slate. Fucking Rangers, man. Vince Velasquez, too. Took me back behind the shed and gave me a pounding. Oh, well, what are you going to do? On to the
next. It ebbs and flows. You had your hot run last week. Now you got to take some lumps. That's just the way the world goes.
God, I'm taking a couple lumps here today. And when we start talking about what I'm on for pitching, I'm either going to be looking great or I'm going to take a bunch of lumps again.
So, yeah, let's talk about it real fast. We are going to have Awesemo on shortly. Alex Baker himself. He will be reporting in from, I think he's in New York right now. So we'll be checking in to see what he's up to at the Fantasy Baseball Championships, get his view on things. Also talk a little bit about his upcoming appearance with Adam Levitan this week, which I think is going to be live streamed. But first, Josh, I guess let's talk about what you're doing at pitching then. We have had tough days, respectively, with pitching, with Homer Bailey and Jason Vargas basically being the Spider-Man meme of pointing at each other and being fucking terrible.
The Vargas one's tough shit, man. He only pitched a third of an inning because of the rain delay. It just happened to be going bad before that. Yeah. He didn't have a chance to redeem himself. It couldn't have got any, he could only have improved his standing if that rain didn't happen, you know? So.
I think he was going to get even more beaten up, which I would have appreciated.
That's fine, though. If I'm already in the negatives, I'd rather just run him out there until something better happens, pick up a couple Ks or something. That's a technicality.
Well, what are you doing at pitcher tonight? Who is the Jason Vargas of the day?
So I've got 4 dudes making up, let's see, 160% of my pitching. So 80% of my pitching. Luis Severino, 46%. Jose Quintana, 41%. I don't even like saying this. Julie Chassin, 20%. And wait for it, Jalen Beeks, 53%.
So you are not only taking the Jalen Beeks chalk, you are saying, hey, chalk, that's not enough Jalen Beeks. I would like even more of this man, who, by the way, I know you talked about this morning, not knowing the race of guys, a white man, Jalen Beeks, which I would.
Yeah, that's not what I was picturing. Yeah, I'm doing everything with the chalk. I'm sticking it in my mouth, my ears, my butt. I have chalk everywhere.
Wow. All right. Yeah, I have a little bit of Beeks. I don't know that I love Beeks at 32% owned or whatever we have him currently projected at.
Neither do I. That's why I doubled that up.
That is a whole lot of Beeks. It is a matchup, though, if you were going to go with Mr. Beeks today. It is a very winnable matchup for him, and a good team total as well. But boy, that is a lot of Jalen Beeks out in the world.
Yeah, it's like a perfect storm for him right now. The price point is great. I think he's actually good. So it's like, I don't know, it just works out really well for me.
It's a relatively small sample size he's had so far this year, and he did kind of get back on track in his last appearance for Tampa Bay. So, I don't hate it. I don't think it's a crazy, crazy play. I think it's crazy that he's currently projected to be 32% owned and apparently, might even go up. People trusting a Tampa Bay long reliever seems like a dangerous spot.
He's not a long reliever.
But he literally is.
But, not. He started the entire season in AAA. He's not a long reliever. He's just the newfangled starter for the Rays.
Yeah, but he is. They still have an opener though. There's still a guy there. They still do crazy things with the bullpen. It's not.
I'd rather have him have an opener because then he gets to come in and face the fucking bottom of the order to start. Look, AAA this year, 33% K rate, only a 7% walk rate. That's nasty. A 3.05 FIP, only a 1.09 WHIP. Just super nasty. 4.6 to 1 K to walk ratio in AAA. I'm a fan, man. He's got some stuff in his arm. And so the line appears to like it as well.
Given that they're similarly priced, are you going with him or Gant? Because I think you mentioned you were into Gant before.
Yeah, so I had I had a ton of Gant before we knew it was Beeks because we were thinking that it was going to be Faria today. So I did have a ton of Gant. Now I don't. I have 8% Gant. Now that Beeks is slotted into that spot, it's just predominantly Beeks.
Pitcher is such a weird position today where I was trying to figure out if there was any way at all to make a lineup work with Severino and Kershaw. Just because I find them both to be the only guys who I'm like, all right, you're safe. And even Severino, as TP mentions in the chat, Severino is pretty highly owned for a guy who's had three consecutive really, really bad starts. I don't know. It's a weird slate today, I think. If when you have a guy who's going to be 30% owned and his name isn't even listed on the starting group of pitchers.
Don't worry. We haven't even talked about the weirdest part of my night.
Do you want to do that before Awesemo, or do you want to tease that for after?
It doesn't matter.
Just do it now.
All right. Second chalkiest stack based on the public perception today would be the Red Sox at 12% aggregate. I don't have any. A flat 0.
Wait, so no red, like not a single Red Sox?
I don't have a single Red Sox in anything at all. Not a one-off, nothing.
I think that's a little wild. I know you were talking about your love for Housechild. I don't even fucking remember his name. He doesn't look good. I mean, I don't know. Especially versus righties. He doesn't look good.
Let me pull them up here. Oh, trust me. I don't understand what's happening here. 5.1 run implied total. They've been nuking righties all year. Ooh, it's a little scary, but they're just so expensive and they're really hard to fit. I'm surprised I don't get anybody as a one-off, but like nobody's grading out with like a decent price point. So here we are.
I like Martinez as a one-off. I like the stack if you can make it work and you're willing to play Jalen Beeks and maybe somebody else cheap down there. Maybe you want to go Giolito if you want to go wild. I don't know. But I don't know. That is I question that. I question you, Chubster.
Look, I question it too, but it's not like I made any changes to anything. It's coming up how it comes up, and I'm honestly excited about it one way or the other. So we'll see. I'm willing to give it a shot, you know?
We do have an ownership projection update if you're a premium member of Awesemo.com. Some adjustments here. Apparently Jalen Beeks going down a little bit, so that's helpful. Let me see where.
He hit my ownership cap today.
Jeez. I did not realize how Beeks crazy you were, but where is he now? Wait, hold on. He's not actually on. No, we might need another update here because Jalen Beeks is not control effing for me currently on this ownership projection.
Shout out Eddie. Shout out Tom or Alex.
Get Beeks on there, guys, because without Beeks, it changes. Without Beeks, it's like a very different looking slate, but maybe not. Chassin also 30%. Woof. All right, you want to dial up, Alex?
Yep, got it.
We are going to reach out to the number one player in fantasy, the tournament winning king, who's won over $2,500,000 plus tournaments. He employs us, so
is that true?
That is true.
Holy shit!
Yeah. It's a lot, yeah. A lot of money won for Awesemo at Awesemo DFS. If you want to follow him on any of the various social media platforms, he's, again, as I mentioned before, he's in New York right now for the Fantasy Baseball World Championships, doing some mingling, doing a very popular podcast, the DFS Edge, with Adam Levitan on Friday. Is he there?
No.
Damn, I had hyped it so well. It would have been great if you were there at that exact moment.
Boss, you there?
Wow.
There we go.
We got Alex Awesemo, better known as that number one player in the world. Now my hype train's completely derailed, but we'll get to it. How's New York so far, Alex?
I'm actually getting out there tomorrow. The event starts tomorrow.
Okay. Oh, now I can see, so that makes sense.
Yeah, I'm pretty stoked for it, though.
What anything exciting on the docket? We plugged your Adam Levitan interview a little bit, but what are you expecting there? This is your big time in the limelight. The public getting to see your face and learn a little more about you.
Dodgers and A's lineups just came out. Just FYI, everybody. Sorry, go ahead.
I've been to a couple dozen events so far, so I think I'm know a lot of the people there, so I don't think it'll be anything special. But definitely excited to be there. Or are you talking about the interview?
No, the interview. Yeah, like, is that being recorded in front of people? It made it seem like it's like a public gathering you're being interviewed at.
It's being streamed live online. So I think it's the DraftKings Adam Levitan Daily Fantasy Edge podcast. If you tune in on Friday, we're doing it at 4 p.m. Eastern, or maybe it's 3 p.m. Eastern. But yeah, if you can watch it live there, ask some questions, or if you also have any other questions you want us to talk about, you can find the Twitter post from Adam on my feed and just reply to that.
Yeah, go check Alex's Twitter out at AwesomoDFS. He has all the details on there that he retweeted from Adam. So go check it out. Check him out live on Friday before this show. Good pairing there. Just watch DFS stuff all day. Alex, you have your article out, your lineup card today. What is the PG taste of it all version that you want to give the people who are out there in the chat world right now?
Yeah, so the lineup card is my way to use my rankings and ownership to kind of make it easy to digest today's slate. So what I found looking at the ownership this morning was that there were 3 really popular teams on DraftKings, which were the Cubs, Yankees, and Red Sox, and on FanDuel, Yankees, Red Sox, and Brewers. So I think the different salaries under the different sites make some of the teams pop out, and you want to go for the ones that maybe aren't going to show up on people's optimizers quite as much. The one I'm looking at most on FanDuel are the Cubs, because they have significantly less ownership than the teams I just mentioned, and they actually grade out higher in my rankings. And then on DraftKings, I'm looking at the Braves and Brewers, because they both have above average grades, but the ownership is kind of average. So I think those are good spots to go.
I like that you said the Braves, because Josh and Jake, I won't give Josh the full blame for this. Josh has enough bad pitcher problems. But Jake was really pushing Tommy Malone this morning on the live strategy show. I am crazy about the Braves tonight. I think the righties in particular are in a good spot, and they're at their total. I mean, could be a little higher, but I like that you said that. That made me feel good inside. So that's cool. Full, I'm sure. Josh, how do you feel about Boston coming up so highly on Alex's GPA?
I mean, I get it. I hate myself for what I'm doing today.
You want to explain to the boss what you are doing with your lineups in Boston?
Yeah, apparently I'm full fading the Red Sox. Didn't see that one coming today.
Well, I mean, I think based on the ownership on FanDuel, they're the highest owned team. On DraftKings, the second highest. So I think that's definitely a viable play. They're not my top team on either side either. So I think that it's definitely, you can find profitable spots other places, but I wouldn't avoid them altogether. I still think they're one of the top teams tonight.
I don't disagree.
While we're critiquing Josh's moves, how would you feel about playing 50% Jalen Beeks tonight?
So I wanted to address this ownership thing that we're talking about, or you guys were talking about on the stream earlier. So the fact that he's not starting, we haven't really adjusted our ownership for that, because I haven't been following the long relievers in Tampa. Usually they're not super popular. I'm not sure how that will affect you. So I'm expecting it to be.
Alex, I think we're losing you a little bit.
Yeah,
you might be coming off.
Oh, okay. Is it better now?
You're good now.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so the ownership program hasn't adjusted for the fact that he's a long reliever. So I'm not expecting it to be quite as high as the 30% that I came up with earlier, but I definitely think he's one of the best spots as far as value tonight. So because I think he might be a little bit contrarian being a relief pitcher, and the fact that he's priced really well, and he predicts to get, or I project him to get a lot of strikeouts. I'm going to be having Beeks a lot, at least on DraftKings, possibly even on FanDuel.
Okay. Probably not 50% though. Just
I wouldn't be opposed to it, but right now it appears like he's not popping up 50% in my lineups, but he's in a lot of them.
Okay. Look, to be clear, I don't mind Beeks. It's just whenever Josh gets outrageously in love with these pitchers. It's not like a Homer Bailey guy where you know what you're getting, a real special pitcher who just brings his A game every time.
He hasn't had an A game in like a decade.
It's really not a great sign when you're a pitcher and your nickname is the worst thing that happens to a pitcher. I think that's what I learned. So.
Yeah. I mean, if you're allowed to pick pitchers for your home run picks, he'd be a pretty safe one.
There you go. What's the schedule look like for you in New York? What does one of these events look like for people, I guess, who've never been to one of the World Championships? What is there to do? Like, is it just more of like a meet and greet thing? Are you out getting drunk with anybody cool? Like, what's the vibe?
Yeah, I mean, DraftKings and FanDuel pull out all the stops at their events. So it really depends on the event, but usually the live final, there's just like an open bar, people are watching the game, so that's pretty chill. Some of the events I've been to, they've been pretty crazy. Like there was one in the Bahamas where they took us out to this nightclub, and I got kicked out of the nightclub. I won't explain exactly how that happened. That might be a story for this interview on Friday. But yeah, there's definitely interesting things that go on in them, and I think it's definitely an experience as a fantasy player and fan of the game that it's worth trying to achieve.
Who would you say is your favorite person you've met at these? Obviously, besides our employees, that is how I believe you and Tom, our COO, met. Tom JK, for anybody who follows the stuff. But who is the best person you've met besides somebody you work with?
That is a really great question. Of course, Tom would be up there. Probably number one, I guess, since it's such a great website came out of us going to that Skyline event. But
totally unbiased of you to have.
One of my favorite fantasy players I met at the finals is Sean Zahn. He's a really cool guy. He lives in Chicago, so we've actually hung out a lot out here, and we played a lot of table tennis together, including Tom. Actually, that's kind of our thing for a little bit, but also we met up for a lot of the football games and stuff to watch them.
Are you a known table tennis guy? I didn't know that about you.
Unfortunately, I do know this. I heard what you were doing right when I got hired. It's crazy.
Well, I'm just playing for a hobby, but I just actually started a few months ago. But there's kind of a scene in Chicago, the Spar Spin.
Oh yeah, we have one of those in New York too.
Yeah. So they have a lot of great ping pong players, and it's a fun atmosphere. You get drunk. My favorite part about it is that it's like you can drink and then work off the calories at the same time. So overall, net neutral.
You do break more of a sweat than you would think playing table tennis, especially if it gets competitive. I will give you that. That makes you feel like you're not an athletic person at all, but it is hard work. There is a reason that all those Olympians work so hard and are amazing at it.
Yeah, it's not. I don't play for the glamour. It's for the excitement. So.
All right, so you've been on a pretty good home run tear as well. I've also been on a great one. I won't tout myself too much while you're on the air, Alex.
I'm sure you will.
Really get it. Look, I hit on my last 6 out of 9, which a very nice combination. Nice. 6 out of 9. But Alex has been doing well too. Alex has hit on 1, 2, 3. You've hit on half of yours so far, a 50% rate. Not too shabby at all. Who is going to be your home run pick for the night before we send you off to the championships to go win some more money?
All right, thanks. One of the teams I recommend, at least on FanDuel, as kind of a great play are the Cubs. So I'm going to go with Ian Happ.
All right, Ian Happ going with the switch hitter. I like that.
Okay.
Any parting words for everybody before you go and conquer the world on our behalf?
Yeah, just good luck everyone tonight, and thanks for continuing to tune into these shows.
And make sure to check out Alex on Adam Levitan's podcast. It's one of my favorite podcasts in the world, so I'm actually excited to hear him on it. This Friday, it'll be live streamed. Keep an eye on @OsmoDFS on Twitter for more of that, and you'll be able to see Alex go live. A little more live, Alex. All this content you're creating, boss.
Yeah. Well, I couldn't do it without you guys, so thanks for all the stuff you do.
Thanks,
hope
Alex.
that's true.
Good luck this week.
All right, thanks.
Later, boss.
See ya.
All right, there we go. At Osmo DFS, Alex Baker, our boss. Go check him out there. Let's do our home run picks, I guess. It's a little early. I don't think we have Jake in the chat either, but I guess we might as well. Josh and I both had home runs yesterday, right, which is Josh discussed on the live stream this morning. They were within one at bat of each other, so that made for a fun situation where I couldn't experience any actual joy before Josh had to piss all over it. But
yeah, I didn't know that you got one, so I was just coming to Slack to like talk shit when I saw yours because I thought you were just posting mine, and I was like, "Fuck, Nelson Cruz went yard." And I was like, "Wait, I don't care. I went yard."
Look, that is what we have to do here. We have to rub our success in each other's faces. We are tied. We're both at 15 on the year so far. Jake a little bit further behind. Who are you going to go with?
Oh man, I don't know. I'm not going to troll the boss, although I kind of should.
I think you should.
I don't think I gain anything from going at him. I think I only gain like the good vibes when I go at you. So I feel like you're gonna go to the Braves probably. So you're gonna go with like Acuna or something. So I will go with. Give me Greg Bird.
Ooh, okay. That's not a direction I thought you were gonna go. You know what I'm actually going to do is something just to hurt you a little more. And I don't care. You might make fun of the pick. I'm going to go JD Martinez.
No, that's fine. I thought you were going to say Stanton to troll me, and I was going to be like, no, this doesn't count.
No. I want to go with a team you're going to have no exposure to, and I want to see you watch JD Martinez hit a home run knowing you have none of him.
JD Martinez, 9th in my model.
I'm surprised he's that low. A little disappointed in him, to be honest.
That low?
9th? He should be like 2nd.
No, he shouldn't. So the problem with that lies in fuck is that guy's name? Jesus. Hochschild?
Yep.
Hochschild's got a relatively decent home run prevention rate.
Yeah, it is a small sample size going against them in the majors, but I just don't think he's equipped to handle the righties in that lineup. Or the lefties.
Dude, he's still 9th. Like, even if he was just slightly higher, Martinez would be probably in that 4 to 5 range. So I like the pick a lot.
Yeah, I think, you could also, honestly, so House is a very small sample size versus lefties. He's given up a home run 11% of the time. So that's probably not sustainable. But probably versus not. Righties, it seems sustainable that he's given up one 6.8% of the time. I think seems like where he should fall. A lot of hard content.
Great.
House and Beeks, big day.
Yeah, time to run my crunches now. 6:30, all the lineups are out. I'm actually going to get these things in. I was like 20 seconds late yesterday for getting my update in.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, I was fucking salty, trust me. I'm glad I wasn't on the live stream. I might have smashed all this shit.
Sounds problematic.
Yeah, because I had a lot of Ronnie Rodriguez, and then they dropped him down to like 6th or 7th, and it was like, well, I can't just like manually swap out 25% of a dude. So I tried to recrunch, and I just couldn't get it in time.
I feel like that's what you get for rostering Ronnie Rodriguez. I don't care if he's hitting first; he's bad. And I like that stack too, going against whoever it was, whatever asshole pitcher. They're all those guys are the same. Tropiano, Heaney, they all just stink and give up a lot of home runs. Angel stack was great yesterday, though. I felt good about that one. That was when I was riding all day. Wait, that wasn't even a joke?
I don't know. I'm like the red grin grumble of fucking laughing at jokes, man.
How many innings do you think Beeks will possibly go? You must have a projection, given that you're all over him and you love projections.
I do. I have him in for 4 2/3.
Okay, so you wouldn't take a flyer on like Kennedy for 5,100 with having I guess he's not.
I have 6% Kennedy,
but that's a pretty stark difference to 50% Beeks.
Yeah, I think Jalen Beeks is really good. Again,
okay.
Jalen Beeks was really, really good in AAA this year. He's a young dude with electricity in his arm. I'm willing to take a shot.
Orioles will pound Beeks again. I don't. Yeah, I'm going to play Beeks. I'm just thinking that if it were me, I would probably spread it. I wouldn't go that Beeks crazy. I guess I want to see though what his actual ownership is going to be, because we apparently don't have that right yet.
Look, I don't need much out of him. He's a conduit to other things.
I'm okay with like 20% Beeks. I think once we get above 20, I don't want to.
Like when I'm down there, I'm not trying to spread out my ownership against other like a bunch of crappy guys. I'd rather just dive into the deep end with one guy and be good to go. If he gets 15, then I'm fucking set.
Yeah. I think.
Like, I would imagine Hochschild and Giolito and Kennedy, like 2 of those guys are going to get fucking torched.
And one of them might be Beeks. Well, he won't get torched, I guess. Probably not likely, yes.
Rays, 63% chance to win. The fuck do they play? Orioles. 3.2 run implied total for the Orioles. It's the lowest on the slate. Like, all the signs are pointing to this being a really good play.
I know. Look, I'm with it. I won't argue this one quite as much. I will argue about the percentage you have of him, but I won't. This isn't one I feel really like strongly against. Like, I still played Vargas last night too, because you were right. Price-wise, it made sense. But boy, he was dog shit, and I should have known that.
I mean, I didn't expect him to play for 15 minutes and then the game stopped. So the game should have never started. No, I want to know how much that weather affected him. Like, I think Jason Vargas sucks. I think he sucks every time that I have him. I don't think he's a good pitcher. He just happens to be priced at a spot where, like, rostering him makes me able to do the things that I like to do. I'm not under any, he's terrible. I very much think he's terrible. But if you can only throw a third of an inning and then the game is going to stop for weather, it should never start in the first place.
True. I do think, though, it was going to get worse for him based on I was actually watching that one in the beginning because I felt invested in it. I had owned enough Vargas, was going against Vargas enough. And I think it would have continued getting bad for him. That's all I would say about it. But I think you're right. I think it was a bit silly to have that game at all. If you're not going to be able to play more than one inning, that seems kind of not a great start time. Beeks is not on DK. Beeks is on DK. He is. You just have to search Beeks.
Yeah. I'm really confused at where this chat is going right now.
Why are so many people double posting? You guys cost my Acura last night, guys, with your BS stat opinions.
I can't tell if that's a joke or not.
I hope either way that guy lost his Acura.
Why are you betting a car?
Boy, Jones, I don't know, man.
I don't know if he's trolling or not. Like, they're like out of context messages.
Also saying, "Where's my boy Jeff?" There is no Jeff here.
Yeah, I assumed he meant Jake, which makes me even happier that fuck that up.
I would think of you as a Jeff before I would think of Jake as a Jeff.
I don't want to be a Jeff.
I just think you'd be a good Jeff, like a solid Jeff. There's no good Jeffs.
I'm trying to think of a good Jeff.
Jeff Goldblum.
Is he?
Jeff Bagwell.
All right, I'll give you Bagwell. I don't like that Jeff Goldblum is like fun to like now. He's
always been a good actor, though.
Has he?
Yeah, he's had very noteworthy roles. He plays Jeff Goldblum mostly now, but
sure. 1 out of 8. Sorry, got to do my final math crunch stuff.
Oh, Jeff Daniels, Jeff Garcia. Those are both. Jeff Garcia might still be married to a Playmate of the Year. So in addition to being a great football player.
Dude, I was like, dude, he's fucking dead. I was thinking of Jerry Garcia.
Jeff Hardy.
Yeah. Shout out Jeff Hardy, North Carolina man. I could be at the Hardy compound in like 45 minutes.
Jeffrey from The Fresh Prince, the butler. I mean, that's fictional, but Jeff Teague is not getting this on this list.
That's what we're going to call him, the butler in that show? Okay.
He was the butler, Jeffrey.
Sure he was.
What was he?
Anyway.
Wait. Are you confused?
No,
he was the butler.
No, we'll talk about it later.
Oh, okay. Okay. I think I see where you're going now, and that is not something that befits the 538 of DFS.
Yeah. Anyway,
how many innings do you think Beeks will go? 4. We answered this a couple minutes ago, Jonathan, but 4.5 is the estimate right now.
Yeah, I've got 4 2/3 in right now.
What's the deal with Malone? I guess asking it in Seinfeld fashion.
That was my question. I don't know. What's the deal with him? What's the deal with end tables? I don't know. I don't have much of him.
Joey Maxwell, you're a weird guy. We really get some weird fucking people who come into this live stream sometimes. Like, what are you doing? Like the trolling. If you are trolling, the trolling has to kind of make sense and have like a point to it. If you're not trolling, like you're just a baffling human being.
Yeah, I hope it is trolling, just so it makes sense in my brain.
Jeffrey Lanier. I don't know where you rank on my list of Jeffs, Jeffrey, but based on my limited information of you being in the live stream, top 10 right now.
Do I have a lot of house child? I had 7% on my last crunch. I figure it'll be somewhere in that neighborhood again. Hit me up with questions, because I'm just kind of sitting around for the next 27 minutes.
Josh loves either ors too, especially when you don't get the site. So keep that in mind.
Don't perpetuate that.
Paul Blackburn of the night. Who would you go with for a shitty pitcher? I mean, this is like, I feel like we've been playing this game as picking pitchers lately. But which pitcher who is kind of dog shit might be in a winning lineup in a GPP?
I mean, there's so much dog shit on this fucking slate today.
There is a fair amount of dog shit, yes. I think Giolito is who I would go with.
Yeah, that's probably the pick.
Super duper cheap, and the Yankees have been a little volatile lately.
I hate him so much.
I hate him too. I don't want to play him very much, but I do have him a fair amount. Not a fair amount, a little bit. A little sprinkling. A little Salt Bay. That guy's making bank right now. That guy does events for like 10K a pop.
Good for him.
Yeah, no, I agree. Anybody who gets like that moment of viral fame and converts it into something, I think it is smart. Unless you have to sell your soul. Like I had a viral moment which I could have turned into something, but it would have required me being a conservative mouthpiece, which is not my belief.
Sell your soul, man. Who needs a soul?
In hindsight, I probably would have if I thought about it.
I mean,
more,
think about how many redheads there are, you know?
It's true. I do enjoy them. Dodgers going off tonight. So you like the Dodgers, right? I mean, I know you did earlier. That total scares me. Like, why is the total so low?
I have no idea, but I have 11% more than the field. I've got 15% Dodgers. Well, at least I had 15% Dodgers, and we're projecting 4.
I like the Dodgers. I like them on paper, but I just don't get why that total is so low. And it makes me think like there's something here that's weird, and it's going to be something that goes sideways.
I'm just going to hope that it goes well. Honestly, like that's really where I'm at.
Okay.
They're good players that are underpriced.
Guy Sean V loves BVP stats. Nobody has ever loved BVP, a stat which we do not really acknowledge here because it's not representative of the total opportunity.
I just want those people to do bad, even if it would mean I would lose money, just so he's wrong. Is that bad? Like, am I a horrible person for that?
No, like I agree. I think it is annoying when the outcome works out in favor of like not thinking it through all the way. I don't love that.
It's so frustrating.
That's why I like when, like when you have a contrarian stack and it does look like, oh, this looks good. And then, something isn't tipping people off to it. And then you go like, well, yeah, the numbers look good. And you can point to that. That's the part of it that I enjoy. Not the part where people just get lucky and guess because of BVP.
I completely agree.
Very frustrating. You guys haven't even mentioned Brian Johnson. Obviously, you don't like him tonight. How do you feel about Brian Johnson?
I'll let you know in 1 second. I have to. Brett Kennedy doesn't have a player ID number in Fantasy Cruncher tonight, so if anybody's trying to automatically paste that in, you need to replace the bracketed 0.
300.
Good work, though. It's a little bit of a quirk that makes it kind of a pain in the ass.
Ownership update.
Okay, so Brett Kennedy, I have 7% of.
Seems like a fair amount of Brett Kennedy.
And still essentially fading the Red Sox in full. Man, that's gonna be something, huh?
I hope JD Martinez has like an amazing game. Like he has like a triple dong day, and you just have to watch.
Dude, that'll murder me.
That would be. I want it to be like a cuckolding scene. You just have to watch him keep hitting home runs with your eyes taped open.
It would be super awesome if that didn't happen.
I think everybody out there on the internet, please root for that outcome just for my happiness. I don't ask for much. It's been a rough week.
Nobody's gonna root for you over me, man. Come on.
I don't think that's necessarily fair.
You're the villain in this show.
That is a complete inaccuracy. I also like.
I don't yell at people. All right. No, if I could put a poll up here, I would win the shit out of that poll.
It's also because you spend more time with them, and because like I don't know, I don't like new tout boy Josh. I like previous earnest Josh.
How am I a tout boy?
Old tout boy Josh. You've been touting a lot.
I don't tout at all.
Even in the comments today, I saw you commented back at somebody, and you were like, "Yeah, well, my ROI speaks for itself."
It's like, not at all how I wrote it. I'm just not reviewing my stacks because I don't have to. I've been profitable.
Guys, if you want to see Tout Boy Josh, go to his Spotlight Hitters, I think, or whatever it was today, and go check out Tout Boy Josh.
I fucking hate you so much.
I observe things, and then I know when to attack with them.
FYI, check the chat. Spag's the villain.
Spags yelling at the chat is my favorite part of this whole thing. I know Spags talking and being entertaining is generally people's favorite part of this live stream. People enjoy it. That and the banter. People like the banter.
People do like the banter.
You touted Vargas. Yep, he sure did. I touted Homer Bailey. Everybody's, look, you got to. I would rather you draw a line in the sand and make a hard pick and then defend it. I think that's what some people should do.
Exactly.
Pat Mayo yells and he's got fans. Pat Mayo yells way too much. I listened to one of the Levitan podcasts with them, and it was just like listening to Billy Mays sell me a shoe wipe of some sort. I don't actually remember any of Billy Mays' products.
OxyClean.
OxyClean, yes. Or and the other guy was the ShamWow. ShamWow guy had
He's the guy that got beat up by a hooker.
Yeah, he had a steep fall from grace. Billy Mays was remembered as a hero.
That OxyClean shit is great.
Chris yelling at people is one of the better parts, but he is the bad cop. I agree. Spags making laugh never changed. That is correct. Don't worry, I will never change, regardless of how many people want to drag me down. Can you play Giolito in cash? We don't talk enough cash. I hear that.
No.
Here's a lot of requests for cash talk.
Is that an actual quote? Was that a question for real?
Yeah.
Can you play Giolito in cash?
With a Cleveland Boston stack.
No. No. That's the opposite of a cash play.
Yeah, it's pretty risky there.
It's honestly that's probably the worst cash play at pitcher.
Hey, Beeks.
What about Beeks?
I feel like you could play Beeks in cash before you could play Giolito.
Oh, 100%. Absolutely. Wait, is Jake in chat?
Yeah, what, Jake? Where's your home run pick?
I hate when mom and dad bicker. I better be dad.
I think no, because you'd be the mom, because I'm the stern one.
Whatever.
Tommy Malone.
I'll have to dump my jugs out or something.
You have to give them hugs and smush your motherly breasts into their face to make them feel whole again.
Come here, Jake. It's feeding time.
I'm playing Malone and I'm scared. I guess people are asking again about Malone. What are your thoughts on Malone one more time?
I don't have like a personal aversion to him. I only have 5%. His name's not Jalen Beeks, so he's not really coming up for me.
Look, I agree. I think Malone's getting rocked tonight. And Osimo agreed. He thought that the Atlanta Braves were a fantastic stack. I think might not be an exact quote, but close enough.
Shit, I could have ran a poll. I totally forgot that I could do that.
You could have. It's not a popularity contest. Everybody has different roles. But I do think, obviously, it would favor the person who has more hours on the channel.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with being the villain. Heath Ledger's the best part of Batman, you know?
I'm just the adult who has to fill the air while Joshy and Jakey are J-O-ing on their fantasy crunchers.
I feel the air, kind of.
No, you do not, sir. No, you do not. If this were, I actually enjoyed when I used to, before we worked together on your streams, when you just like have your sips and like your long thing, and I was like, this is weird. I don't want to enjoy this person's like noises.
See, I should do like a BDSM channel. Is that the right thing, or did I just make up a sex? Is that the sex thing?
It's definitely a sex thing.
What's the sound thing where people like eat chips on the microphone, all weird?
I know.
I'm right, aren't I?
It's not BDSM. No, it is. That is something that is.
Yeah, that one's wrong. What is the? What's the name of that shit?
ASR. I think it's something like that.
It's definitely like an acronym, just like that. But yeah, BDSM is definitely wrong. Fuck me. Whoops. What's up in chat? What's that weird
ASMR.
Stuff?
That's it. ASMR.
Okay, so that's like super close.
It's close. It is close. You have the SM in there.
Oh man, that's awkward. That was a bit of a miss.
Look, I think the people really want to see your BDSM channel. That's what they're here for.
Oh man, that went a different direction than it should have.
Zach Carpenter. Okay, Giolito is not a good cash game play. I appreciate you trying to advocate for him. I don't mind talking yourself into Giolito, but it's just not a cash game play because he's very volatile and he's not like he has a terrible team total and he's going against the Yankees. That's why he's a bad cash game play.
It's 100% a terrible play. It's not. Here's you could ask that question in every single site that has fantasy advice, and they will all give that exact same answer.
Yeah, it's not great. It's just because like it's so possible that he could get rocked. I think you did say he was good. I think that was actually what your question was, Zach.
He's one of the 4 worst pitchers in baseball by xFIP this season.
Go ask DFS Goat. He might say yeah. I don't know what that is, but it sounds annoying. Yeah, Premium Josh BDSS streams. All right. How about Severino? We haven't talked about him in a little bit. What are we doing with him?
I have a ton of him. 40% on DK, 35% on FanDuel. My dude.
Yeah. Also, Jake's home run pick is in. Jake picked Manny Machado. But also, who did Alex pick? I didn't write it down.
Ian Happ.
Ian Happ. That is right.
There we go. That's off the beaten path for tonight. For my model.
But the Cubs are chalky though, so I think that was why he went with them. He's been picking the chalk teams and a home run on a chalk team. I respect that approach. Wherever the home runs come from.
Mm-hmm. What do you got for me? Questions, chat. Let's do this.
Give Josh some either ors.
Yeah, well, I'll answer whatever now.
Either ors with no website. No, either ors with a website if you have them. And drop them in there. Actually, I have to do a couple lineups too.
I'm hungry.
I need to just shower.
I could use one of those.
Went to the gym and just came here. Pivot off of Chris Taylor. There's many pivots off of Chris Taylor.
What, Chris Taylor? Why do you got to pivot off of him?
The 9-hole. Like, what is?
Yeah, and the Dodgers are already not owned. Pivot to Chris Taylor would be better, kind of.
What do you think of the Twins tonight?
I'm a little bit over the field, not anybody crazy, but I'm like a notch above. Totally cool with them.
How much of Kershaw do you own on FanDuel tonight?
I still have it here. So I can answer that question in, I don't know, 30 seconds. Please don't start counting.
No, I'll just quietly do my lineups while you do that.
Oh, did I just fuck that up really bad? Oh, I did. Oh, come on, Fantasy Cruncher, you got this. I accidentally moved the 178 lineups to the 18 lineup crunch instead of the other way around, which takes so much longer.
It sounds problematic.
Yeah, we're good. I have a lot of Kershaw on FanDuel. Much different play on FanDuel than he is on DK today.
Who would you say is your favorite shortstop on both of the sites?
God, that's Hey, I asked for it, so whatever.
You did. You requested it verbatim.
Let me pull it up. Let me get the Kershaw number first. Kershaw today on FanDuel, I have 18%. So I still prefer Severino just because of the price point, but I basically don't have Kershaw on DK today.
Is Beeks only a value for DK, and would Gant be better on FanDuel?
I have a little bit of Beeks on FanDuel, but neither are particularly good. On FanDuel, you can pay up to Severino and still get whatever bats you want. FanDuel sucks.
Do you prefer Acuna or Ozzy tonight on DraftKings?
I would imagine it's Albies, but let me double check. Acuna it is. But it's like 51% Acuna, 49% Albies, so like it's not as if it's some definitive line in the sand type shit.
Yeah, I think it's pretty close even for me too. Like I think it's splitting hairs, honestly, to pick one of them.
Best shortstop on DK is Machado. Best shortstop on FanDuel, Lindor, Machado. I'd say probably Machado since he's owned less. Although if you want to spend less, Jorge Polanco, I think, is the best value.
Who's your favorite first baseman on DK? I like Bohr as a one-off. If you're not playing Gant,
Rizzo is so far and away above everybody else. If you want value, Greg Bird. Not just saying that because he's my home run pick.
Bird's a word.
Bauer or Justin Bohr?
Yeah, I like Bohr. Actually, I like Bohr and Bauer, to be honest. I think if you're going a little cheaper, I think those guys are okay one-offs.
I don't have either of them.
Get on the Bohr Bauer train. Start doubting them. Just get a little heat on there.
I'm super nervous for tonight, man. This is the most contrarian I've been in a while.
That's good.
I don't know if that's true.
If you're gonna win, you're gonna win big.
One can only hope.
Thoughts on John Gant? I presume that's not John Grant. I don't know who John Grant is.
I don't know who John Grant is either, but you should definitely not play John Grant.
Jake, what is your home run pick? Jake picked Manny Machado, but Jake's cold. You don't want Jake's home run pick. You want my hot off the presses home run pick, which I already forgot who it was. Oh, JD Martinez. That's right. And Josh's obviously doesn't matter. It's Craig Bird. Do you like a Quintana and Chacin pairing on DK for pitchers? That is a very chalky pairing you got there, my friend. So a lot of people will agree with you.
I don't mind it if you go with like the Dodgers or somebody unowned.
Yes. If you're paying up for stacks on FanDuel, do you think Andrew Cashner is due any regression after a -22 in his last outing? Yeah, is Andrew Cashner going to even it out today? Get maybe like a +1, so he's just down to -11.
Andrew Cashner sucks. I expect him to suck every time he pitches.
Just stack Boston and call it a night. You are listing the opposite of Josh's approach for the day.
Yeah, look, I would not advocate that to people. I don't. Look, they don't really grade out all that well, and they are shockingly expensive. So I'm having a tough time fitting them in. I have other stacks that I prefer, and they get squeezed out in that scenario. I have one line of Boston just because I put a line of every single team in every day.
You're taking a stand. Look, nothing wrong with taking a stand.
Yeah, look, if they put up 4 runs or 5 runs, I'm golden. If they put up 11, I'm going to need a new cell phone.
Next NFL video coming out this week. Yes, Rolo will be doing tight ends at some point this week. I haven't had any time at all to actually start writing it, but hopefully write it tomorrow and then do the video Thursday or Friday. Depends on how quick you can
video, man. People are going to be hitting us up hardcore for that one.
Look, you got to hit all the positions. We're almost done. I don't know the.
When are we doing specialty? When are we going to do the offensive line one?
We're doing just kickers.
Yeah. Just right guards.
And it would still be a 2-hour video.
Of us being like, well, you know what? Special teams coaches at any point in time. I think that could be pretty thrilling.
I think it's important to do your research. I've spent a lot of my time reading because I'm actually going to be doing a news and notes column later in the off season where I'm just trying to track all of the various narrative stuff out there and different play things. You know who's not looking good in camp and so bad in camp, in fact, that the offensive coordinator is going on the record to say how bad he's looking. Martavis Bryant is not picking up the offense at all. Kind of worries me.
Yeah, it's because the last time Gruden was putting out that coaching shit, Martavis Bryant was probably in the womb.
Probably that too. He's not going to be good at the spider Y banana.
I don't even know what.
Should
I buy Madden?
Yes, but not yet because it's still the 3-day early one where you have to pay another fucking $13 to play it 3 days early. So I'm not about that life.
I haven't played it in, I don't know, 10 years.
I love Madden. I mean, I think it's worth buying Madden every year, but
I don't think I'm going to play it because FIFA
roster
comes out a month after that, and I certainly won't play Madden over FIFA.
I only get FIFA every couple years. I'm not an every year FIFA guy.
Oh, dude, I play it daily.
How's Fortnite going?
I got 3rd today.
Okay. That's a good
and
start.
Was dangerously close to 2nd. Dude in 1st would have fucked me up for sure because he had high ground after my battle with the other guy. So I would have been in some trouble. But dude, I was pumped with 3rd. My heart was racing. I had to get up and walk away from the computer and shit.
I've had a couple of top finishes where I should have won, where I had to jump on the guy or he didn't know where I was, and he was moving to the shortened kind of storm closing in areas, and those are my least favorite losses. Because if you're a guy who's 1 or 2, usually they're really fucking good, and I'm okay, I can shoot, I can snipe, I can survive. When you're up close and those guys are building 5-level lofts, and I'm just oh fuck.
All of a sudden there's a mansion and it's what the fuck? Meanwhile, I'm just spinning around and building the same wall over and over again.
I'm Mr. Ramp. I love building a good ramp. That's all I could do. But I can do that fast now. That's all I could ask for. Fortnite, you drive me insane.
It's so much fun.
It is fun. I will give it that.
I wish it existed when I was in college. It's got a better pace than Halo did.
Oh yeah, Halo's fun. I mean, Halo is a lot of jumping around, whereas Fortnite you cannot get away with that.
Yeah, I almost wish that the building didn't exist, but I think that's just because I fucking blow at it. I need to just go into the playground and practice. Be all right, build a wall, then shoot that sign 3 times, and then build a other wall and shoot that sign 3 times.
I do think that that people, younger people or kids who grew up with Mindscape or Minecraft, whatever it is, Minecraft. I feel it helps them. Mindscape is a different game. Minecraft, though, I think they that makes them better at Fortnite. I think because there's some sort of building thing that you have in your brain, which we didn't get from our games. I was just jumping all over shit with Mario. I don't know.
Yeah, it's just it's not natural to me to not use my gun.
Yeah. I'm just ready to go in headlong for every sort of competition. People keep offering me to get dubs. I've won everything but solo. I don't need your wins. I appreciate the sentiment, but I just want to win solo. I don't need team glory.
I'm trying to tell myself to have better strategy because at the beginning I was fucking Leroy Jenkins in it and just running in and just shit and getting annihilated.
I definitely have been there several times.
I have to tell myself like, okay, you're not going to kill this person if you shoot at them. Don't let them know where you are. Like, try to get to a better spot, get closer, get cleaned up. Like if I don't have, some bomb ass sniper or something.
Yeah, I honestly don't even know with Fortnite how to get good enough to keep up. Like, I feel like I'm better than the majority of people who die right away. But like, if I drop into like tilted towers, I'm gonna die. Like, I'm like, I can kill 5 people. I'm just gonna die eventually. No way.
Should I spend up for bets or Lindor? I'm not spending up for bets, but what are you gonna do? I can't. This is the biggest full fade I've ever done. So just to close the loop here. Number 1 stack for me, Yankees. Number 2, Cubs. Number 3, Dodgers. I am significantly over the field on the Dodgers. Way over the field on the Indians on FanDuel. I've got a bit of Nats and Braves on DK. That's a little bit different than the field, but I'm 11% under the field on the Red Sox on FanDuel and a full 12% on DK. We're projecting 98% total ownership to guys in the Red Sox lineup. I have 3. So there we go.
Oh, wow. All right. I still would not agree with the fading the Red Sox entirely, but I think, it's a big enough slate. You can do that. I think you're not going to get hurt too badly by that, except unless JD Martinez has 40 points, which obviously we're all rooting for.
I also have 52% Jalen Beeks. So I need Beeks, Severino, and the Red Sox to blow. If Beeks, Severino, and the Dodgers go well, red panty night in the Engelman household.
Duval. Oh yeah, Duval. I do like Duval. I agree.
So do I.
Oh, they sucked another Chris, but yes, got confused.
Braves are my number 4 stack on. Or maybe 5th. Yeah, number 4 stack on DK now. So I'm on Team Braves with you, man.
Yeah, that's nice. I feel like it's rare that we have them, but like I've been on them pretty much all day. So of course that'll go terribly, and Tyler Flowers will embarrass me one more time.
Yeah, and it's almost all Acuna, Albies, Duvall, Camargo, Flowers.
I fucking love Camargo. He is one guy who, like, I don't have a moment of being like, oh, he really let me down that one time. He just always comes through for me. And I remember that.
T Case, what's the schedule for football Sundays? We'll be live.
We will be live.
Someone will be live, that's for sure. I'd be happy to. I work Sundays, so.
Yeah, no, for football, I think we definitely do have to be live. Oh, shit, finish this. Fuck.
Oh, we might have 2 separate live streams at least for September.
Oh yeah. I mean, I'm sure we'll have a bunch during the week. I mean, we're gonna have a lot of streaming going on here, and there may be more people added to stream. Who knows? It might even be people who watch games with you. I think that's what we were discussing today. Briefly. Who knows? Who knows what the future holds? We're a growing, expanding company.
I do.
So, yes. Charlie Culberson home run pick. Sure. I have some Culberson tonight.
I hope not.
All right. We're locked.
We are locked. And you know what? I didn't hit the wacky tobacco yesterday. So tonight's gonna be fun.
Maybe that's why you've been losing.
It was just yesterday. I thought I had to pick the wife up right after lineups locked here, and then her flight got delayed by an hour and a half. And at that point, I was like, well, if I start now, it's gonna be a really paranoid 30-mile-an-hour drive to the airport. Airport's 10 minutes from my house, so it's not like a big thing, but.
You could do it. I do try to avoid weed driving because I just feel like I remember driving once and being like, this is not the best. So I try to avoid that. At least keep it to adult.
I'm just I see everything, like a bird flies by. It's like.
On that note, drive soberly, everybody in the world. Thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel so you'll get all the content we're putting out. Josh and Jake will be back in the morning. Jake will have his night shift preview of the slate earlier than anybody else in the business coming up. So go check that out now. Become a premium member if you haven't yet. All the rankings and ownership projections and stuff that we talk about are there, along with daily content from Awesemo, the #1 player in fantasy. So go check that out. And any parting words, Shubster, before you march off to your Red Sox-induced grid?
Yeah, let's say go Jalen Beeks, go Luis Severino, go Dodgers. I hope the Red Sox game gets rained out somehow.
Go JD Martinez. Great home run pick on every home run model around. Thank you guys for tuning in. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Later, guys.